Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. Today we're going to be looking at the two brand new carts that have just been released on the Evercade, the Jaleco collection and the Pico collection too. So it's been 5 months since we last had some releases on the Evercade. Finally we've got some games to play. Let's have a look at them. We're going to start with the Jaleco collection. So Jaleco Collection 1 includes 8-bit and 16-bit games. Got 10 games overall. It's got a mix of NES games, Mega Drive and SNES, I think. So there's a right good mix of beat 'em ups, football games, and all sorts. Let's have a look at it. Nice Jaleco cart. I do quite like the style of the cart. They're nice and cool. We've got the instruction manual, and one of the coolest things here, we got this poster. We sort of quickly lay it out here. It looks really nice. I actually prefer the other side of it, which sort of gives you the list of the carts which is on it, which is quite a nice touch. I like the poster idea, that's really cool. Hopefully we'll get some more of these sort of freebies within the box, which would be nice. But let's have a look at the instruction manual. So, instruction manual, I like these because they're quite handy. There is information about Jaleco here, which actually closed in 2014 and is now purchased by City Connection, which says here, who actually worked on the original City Connection game, which was quite cool. And what's quite important is probably going through and learning some information about the controls of some of the games, because there's no way inside the game that it actually tells you how to play some of the games and the actual controls. So really nice touch within these boxes. I really like them. Brawl Brothers, Earth Defense Force, so shoot 'em up, which is quite cool. City Connection, Rival Turf, Ignition Factor, Super Goal 2. We have Totally Rad, Logic Bomb. Now you definitely get some hints and tips in some of these instruction manuals as well, so it's always quite important to sort of have a wee little browse through it before you actually play. I know most people just chuck it away, don't even bother with it, but you can learn some good stuff in there. So let's have a look at the game kicked up on the Evercade. So this is it. You see you've got the nice backgrounds again. It's a City Connection background, I believe, which is quite cool. Here's all the games. We've got Geonax, I think, Bases Loaded, Brawl Brothers, City Connection, Earth Defense Force, Operation Logic Bomb, Rival Turf, Super Goal 2, the Ignition Factor, Totally Rad, this is the NES version, 8-bit, Geonax, which is another NES version. And that's it, so that's it. Alright, so we'll maybe have a quick look at some of the games on here and then we'll boot it up to the telly, I think. It sort of gives a better effect rather than playing on here. Which is quite cool. You basically play a firefighter, try to put out fires and rescue the hostages within the burning building. So it's a really nice game. But I think the only thing that probably ruins it for me is the collision detection. It sometimes is a little bit off, especially when you try to put out the fires and you think you're safe and you actually step on the fire and you basically die without really being too much of your own fault, so it's a bit frustrating. But yeah, let's maybe kick this onto the TV and we'll have a look at the games in better detail. Okay guys, here we are. We've got the Jaleco collection on the TV. Definitely looks a lot better on the TV. I think the colours pop out a lot more. But what I'm going to do, rather than start at Geonax, I'm going to start the other way and go backwards for a change. Just to be a little bit different. So, first game I'm going to look at, Totally Rad. So this is NES version. Not exactly sure what it's all about, to be honest. Well, let's quickly jump straight into the game. Didn't have a NES back in the day, so definitely didn't play this. It was quite a cool sort of jumping platformer game. Pretty tricky though. I think without the save states, I think this could be pretty frustrating. But with the save states, it's pretty decent.
Quite colourful. Obviously not the most amazing graphics you'll see in the world, but at the same time quite good fun. So you've got two different fire options. If you hold down the sort of A button for a little while, you got a sort of power up that makes you a little bit invincible, I guess, for a little bit, and you can then take these guys out. And then you've got a sort of standard fire button on X, and you've got B button to do a jump. The longer you hold down, the further you jump. You've obviously got a life bar and another bar. I think that's to your weapon charge thing. You can see it flashes up there. That's your, I guess it's magic. And I've died already. So I've played this a little bit. It's very difficult. It's quite frustrating. You need to probably take each step at a time. Just keep firing, just running, take your time. It might be better to actually shoot and jump from these from a distance. And do it that way. But yeah, it's pretty decent. I quite like it. Likely will not play very often. I reckon this will be one I'll definitely play more than some of the others, that's for sure. So at the end of the first level, or at the end of each level, there's a sort of boss, and it's fun. They're not too difficult. I mean, the first one wasn't that difficult. You just learn the moves and where to jump. Oh dear, don't do that. I don't think I really need to fire that away. It's got a nice little sort of beep to it and cool music. There's certainly nothing wrong with this at all. Graphically it's not going to win any awards for outstanding, but it's functional. Totally rad. It's definitely one of these platformers you need a little bit of patience. That's where I fall down sometimes. So next game on the collection we have the Ignition Factor. This was on SNES, and it's quite cool. It's very different to any game I've played. Whereas you play a firefighter, put out some fires, and it's quite functional. I think it has its limits though. So we can just start right away. Pick your stage. One stage is more industrial, one's like an office building. Not sure if one's easier than the other. So you've got this introduction screen that tells you what to do. You've got 6 people that you need to rescue. That's the main point. I know there's fires all around the building, but you really don't need to go and put out all the fires. It's completely pointless. It's telling you that you could do an axe which helps you get through broken sort of doors that are locked. So generally I think I've stuck with at least taking the axe. And there's oxygen, there's different sort of extinguishers to put out different types of fire. You can use that to cross areas using the rope, so there's sometimes big gaps you want to actually cross. You need a rope, which is quite cool. So what one am I going to equip? So I'd really just stick to the axe just now. The fire engine here, you use that to call back to maybe put out the fire, because the fire, you see it's got 11% just now. It does keep going up the longer you take, the sort of worse the fires get. So if you hold the X button down, it extinguishes the fires, but they keep coming back again. So I wouldn't get too preoccupied to try to put out all the fires, because you waste too much time. And so far you are on a time limit. This level, I discovered that you've got a 10-minute time level, 10-minute time limit, sorry, and you've got. You need to be careful. There's some people are hidden behind mannequins for some reason. Don't really understand why. You see the fires just keep building. This is when you need a sort of different fire extinguisher to them out. You can't really access this, you need to go round. So I don't have the proper fire extinguisher. I do like it. So it's giving me the hurry up already. So you can actually run, but it's very strange. So if you're walking, you just press, and then you just press it again, and it makes you run. But it's very odd. It takes a little bit of getting used to. So here's a person to rescue. But you can't rescue her yet because she's wanting her friend Anne rescued first, so you need to find her before she'll want to leave the building. Oh, here we have someone. It's just a mannequin. He looks very real to me. So I do like this game, I really do like the game. It's quite good fun, but it's frustrating. You can see sometimes the way you sort of stand, it's difficult to see where you are and you can easily step in the fire. I think the sort of collision detection is a little dodgy sometimes. You can accidentally set yourself on fire and you don't really realise you're standing there. So it can be frustrating. But fun, I do like the game, but yeah, that frustrating looks like that. I didn't think I was actually standing on that there, but obviously I was. Oh, there's a person hiding in a mannequin, as they do. So that's one person sort of rescued. So there's actually 2 or 3 floors to this, so you need to go up and down, try and do it as quick as you possibly can. I would have thought the probably idea was this to try and put out the fire, but really the point of the game is to not get burned. It's the point of the game is to rescue all the people that are here. So there's 6 to find, and they're all over the place. But it's good, I do like it. I just wish that the collision detection was a little bit better. It does make it quite frustrating. I guess save state wise it does help. I mean, I think trying to play this without the save states would be massively frustrating, because once you die you go all the way back to the beginning again. So massively frustrating. But with the save states it definitely takes that frustration factor, sorry, pun intended, away. The axe is handy to sort of take down the doors. And she's given me a first aid kit. No idea how to actually use the first aid kits. But anyway, that's an item. So you need to always keep an eye on the time, because that, as soon as 10 minutes is up, that's it, the building will probably be overrun with fires. You see the fires are at 19% just now. You can actually reduce that slightly if you call the fire brigade by pressing start and going up and choosing the fire brigade, and they will use the hoses and it generally only gets down. I guess that's the point of that, I'm assuming. I might be wrong. So once you're complete, you get this lovely sort of, well done Mr. Fireman, you're the best. Don't know why he's still holding his hose though, and it's not connected to anything. Fun game though, it's definitely worth playing. One of the better games on this collection. Okay, next we are starting to see the first lot of football games on the Evercade. Soccer if you're from, obviously, America, North America, but for anyone else it's probably football. And let's have a look at it. Not really the greatest football game. I think anyone that's sort of following football games that are coming to Evercade, Sensible Soccer is the one to be sort of excited about. Doesn't look the greatest, but it plays amazing. So Super Goal 2 was, this is a SNES version I believe, and it's not bad. It takes a slightly different viewpoint, whereas it's sort of back up, top down, sort of, so to speak, which is unusual. Not many football games sort of applied this view, and I don't think it's the best way to actually play the games. I like the fact you can have the back pass and offside rule on and off. Quite cool. So they're just doing a quick match in the Super Cup. Pointless toss. Okay, what have I won? I don't know. So it's, oh, something here, some really daft formations. I've just picked the default one, but I mean you would never have two at the back and 5 up front. That would never work. Well, it'd be a high scoring game, sure. See, it's a bit unusual. This is not typical of a football viewpoint game, and it does take a little bit of getting used to. So generally you've got sort of A to pass, I think it's B to pass and A to shoot, but it's not like the greatest game, so I'm just doing a quick pass to my teammate. And usually just One thing I couldn't find out is how to actually get the nearest player on the ball. Oh, there might be an R1 button, I'm not sure. It's confusing, I really should check the manual. Something else that's quite cool is that you can add aftertouch to your shots. So if you shoot here, you can sort of press left and or right, and you can sort of put some curve into the corner perhaps. I've not managed to get it to work yet though. Oh, he's right through. Ah, they scored. I feel like my guys just stand and watch him go through. Because I don't think it's the greatest football game ever, but it's not the worst. It's really okay. I think a bit of practice it would be alright. But like I say, that viewpoint really does take a lot of getting used to. I just feel as if the opposition just walk into you and get the ball every time. It'd certainly be one I'm maybe going to spend a little bit more time and try and get used to the controls and understand what the heck I'm supposed to do. I just feel as if my players just stand about watching all the time. So try and dodge this, see if I can get a shot away. So next we're going to have a look at Rival Turf. So the SNES had a lot of beat 'em ups back in the sort of early 90s, and it was generally a competition to try and sort of beat the Streets of Rage that was on the Mega Drive. So Streets of Rage was on Mega Drive. On the SNES they had Final Fight, and they had Final Fight 2, 3, I think they had. They weren't great versions, right enough, and they had a lot of other beat 'em ups like Rival Turf, and the other one on the collection, Brawl Brothers, and there was loads of others too. So I feel as if they're always trying to compete with those games. And even though these games are alright, that they're just no comparison. This game's a little bit different, whereas the better you do, it builds up, you get a special. You see I've got at the top hand there's 3 faces, if that's my special option. You just, further and better you do, you get more added to that. But yeah, that's about it. This is the rest, it's really just a run of the mill jump, punch, really. But this one's not bad. You can see it's heavily inspired by games like Streets of Rage. You know, some of the sort of bad guys that you're facing here, especially these tall ones. But it's not the worst. It's certainly, that's one of your special moves that I've used, which is pretty useless. I think I preferred this game to Brawl Brothers, that's also on here. It's nice and colourful, I like this one, it's quite playable. Graphics are nice. I like the sort of setting. So just like most beat 'em ups, there's a lot of repetitive nature in the game style and the amount of bad guys that you face. It just seems an endless supply of bad guys coming to take you on, which is just ridiculously nonsense. But if you like this type of game, this is really quite decent. I think I'll definitely play this one more. Some really ridiculous bad guys that just throw their usual stuff. So next game on the collection, Operation Logic Bomb. This is also a SNES game. And I quite like this one. Pretty hard though, pretty hard. I think the sort of aim and shoot, it reminds me a little bit of Xenocrisis. Just a little bit. It's not nowhere near as classy as that game, but it's still a decent shooter. The style of it is what sort of makes me think of Xenocrisis. So you've got different styles. You press B, you can change your shoot style. It's quite cool. Depends what enemy you're taking on and where you're aiming. So I tip you, if you want to like fire diagonal and hold that, just hold down the R1 button and it will continually shoot in that direction. Same the other way, you can do the same with the L1 button. This is decent. I can definitely see myself playing this one quite a bit. But again, it's pretty tricky. Those save states are going to be a godsend for this. So that is necessary to get through this door here. And somehow we've got bad guys appeared out of nowhere. Love when that happens. So we access this panel here, I believe. Download the map, see where we are, you can see the side of the level, decent sized level. So it's all about where you stand so you avoid the fire from the sort of enemies here. So I stand in the wrong place and you're just going to basically die quite quickly. You get a decent amount of health though. You see at the bottom there's a health bar which is pretty generous, I think. Not sure what the Y button, but I guess it might be a special weapon that you might get achieved through the game. But yeah, this is really good. I do like this game. Quite good fun to play. You can see this getting pretty tricky though. It's nowhere near as hard as Xenocrisis, right enough. This is the first boss in the game. It's very, very easy. You can just stand here and just shoot. First boss, pretty easy. So next game, Earth Defense Force. This is sort of horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up. Not the biggest fan of these type of games, to be honest. This, I think it's the SNES version again. This was an arcade game, so it'll be interesting if we see this as an arcade version in some of the arcade carts that may be coming this year. It's possible. I think most likely when we do get the arcade games, that will be games that we already have. Especially to start with. You can see we're definitely going to get Double Dragon. So it'll be interesting to see what others that we get. Anyway, let's have a look at EDF, Earth Defense Force. So you can choose your weapon to start with. Not really sure. Not a huge fan of these games, I'm really sorry to say. Maybe it's the fact I'm not particularly good at them. I don't like them because generally they're too difficult. I don't like difficult games. My patience left me many years ago. It's fun though, it's a really decent enough shooter, but it just gets pretty tricky. And I'm not good enough to get very far in these games. Oh no, I'm exploding and dying already. But one of the irritating things about some of the games on here is once you die you go back to the start again. I guess with this type of game it's difficult to remember to go and activate your save states. Like I say, I'm not going to spend too much time in this game because I don't like it much. I'm just not good at them. I'd love to be better at them, but I just really have no patience to be better. So you got 3 shields, I guess at least it's not like a one hit. It's a kill scenario, which probably make things a heck of a lot worse. Let's give me a chance. So I've got further than last time. This is quite a nice game. I do like this looks nice, plays well. I don't play it well though. I'm terrible at shoot 'em ups. So next game, this is City Connection, this is a NES game. And I've played this many times. I do quite like it. Hard though, pretty hard. It's a strange game where you sort of need to collect all these oil cans, destroy the police cars. You need to obviously cover. You can see I'm covering all the road markings in white and avoid that cat thing. I think it's a cat. Oh, how am I supposed to get past that? Let me jump. So you can jump over it, but if you hit it, it's pretty annoying. I feel something you really can't do much to avoid it. But yeah, the point of the game is to try and cover all the road. It feels like you're painting the road or something. But it's very difficult though. It does scream at you as being an arcade game where you would put in endless amounts of sort of coins to go next. Let's try again. We can do better. I don't think I've ever got very far in the game. Oh. So you can turn around, but the scrolling is very strange. You can't jump back up again. It's quite addictive, but you can get a little bit frustrated in it. Oh, that cat moved there, you see that? That's pretty unfair. I've missed two, so it's very tricky, but fun. I would say I'm not really sure this is a particularly great version of the game. Oh wow. So here, let's have a look at the second beat 'em up on the cart. It's Brawl Brothers, which is okay. It's not quite as good as Rival Turf, I don't think.
Jaleco.
And I played it through a couple of times. Thought this is. I know I'm not that bad at it, so I'd definitely recommend messing about with this. Let's maybe you can sort of up it and change it to an easier mode, because on hard it is unbelievably difficult. I got stuck on the second level, which is it's like a maze level in the sewers, and I just felt I was wandering about getting nowhere, so it was really frustrating. And I just feel like the bad guys just keep appearing from all over the place. So you've got characters to choose from. You can actually select two. I'm not sure why, to be honest. I think you can actually, when you lose your life, you can swap to the other one. I don't know whether you get to choose between all of them through the game. It does seem a little bit of a strange setup. Again, this one's similar to the other beat 'em up. You've got your usual punching kicks. You've got a sort of Streets of Rage style sort of double click to the left or right, and you can choose the X button and you will do some kind of crazy dash. It's very Streets of Rage like. You've got a special move like that, which again is very Streets of Rage like. Like I said, I think the Saturn Nintendo were trying to compete with the Streets of Rage series back in the early 90s, which was massive for Sega. And I guess that's why we sort of got a lot of these kind of clones, so to speak. Some certainly better than others. This one's alright, just pretty tricky. Hopefully it's not as difficult now that I've put it on easy mode. So there's objects you can pick up and throw. There is usual health here and there, but there's not enough of it for me. There's not enough health throughout the level. Sometimes you struggle to actually pick up. In the sewer level, for example, you can't actually pick up. It's moving down, you can't pick up. There's so many bad guys stopping you from doing it. And when you pick it up, you don't automatically consume it. You have to press the button again, which is just frustrating as heck. So guys, just on the Brawl Brothers, you can actually play the slightly easier Japanese version called Russian Beat. It's easy enough to do. You sort of wait in the loading screen. Once you see the Jaleco initial screen when you start up, just constantly press A, B, Y, X, and just keep pressing them all the way around. And you'll eventually get a sort of crash to the screen. Then just press start twice, and you'll come to here again. So generally, the game is pretty much similar, but it's definitely it's quite a cool sort of feature that you can actually activate on the cart, which is good. See, I think I slightly prefer Rival Turf, but I maybe need to spend a little bit more time on this version. So this is the actual sewer section, which is on the original Brawl Brothers game, and it's just frustrating as heck. You can go between levels here, and I just see that, okay, it's mentioned it's A there. This is one of the things about the health. You try to grab it, and you try to consume it, you need to press the button quickly before the bad guys annoy you. It's kind of a bit frustrating. I feel as if there's a lot of aimless wandering about in this level. And I think I've probably been on this level for about half an hour without even going anywhere. All I'm doing is just losing lives and continues. So it gets a bit frustrating. Hopefully, I think if you play the Japanese version, it may make this part a lot easier. But initially I definitely found it frustrating, especially when you don't realise it's defaulted to the hard level. I don't really know why they would do that. It's not that obvious. You just want to start the game, you wouldn't automatically go in to check that. This is loaded, which is obviously it's a baseball game. I believe obviously you can probably tell this is a NES baseball game, and I'm not sure this is a particularly great game. It's passable, it's okay, but I'd say I'm not really a massive fan of baseball games. But in saying that, I did play RBI baseball on the Commodore 64 quite a lot, and I really enjoyed that. Didn't know a heck of a lot about baseball, but it certainly helped me learn, and it was really good. This is pretty much nowhere near that. So I'm starting off, I'm sort of pitching, and you can really just move your pitcher left or right, and then you can just push up to fast, push down to do a slow ball, and then just press one of the buttons. You can curve it as well, and then hope for the best. Whoa! Out! Yeah, we've got the first guy out. Cheerio! So sometimes it's a little bit hit and miss. You know, no pun intended. So here we go again, let's try. It's a decent enough, I mean for the NES, decent enough. I don't really like the way the sort of fielders go, it's quite difficult unless the ball's anywhere near you. You just feel as if you've got very little control over the guys actually running. You can actually try and sort of catch the guys out and before we actually bat, but anyway. Nice sort of added option, I guess. Let's do a slow ball and see what happens. He's hit it. Come on, see if we can catch them. Oh, my guys are nowhere near it. That was a bad idea. So you just press the A button or whatever to chuck the ball, and you sort of press left, right, up and down to choose whichever base you want to throw at. Strike. I mean, it definitely captures all the sort of rules well enough. Oh wow! Guy caught that a belter, didn't he? Wow! Impressive. But I say, when I got to the sort of batting myself, I found it was just really difficult. Strike. Apparently there's our bases loaded too, which might have been a better option. Like I say, it's not bad. Oh, they've got 2 already, 2 runs. We've got nothing. Oh, I think I really need to change my style a bit. Out. Yes! We got him out! Okay, we've got 2, we just need to get 1 more out and then we can bat maybe. Not very good at this, I don't think. Oh. Not sure why I didn't mean that. So we did play softball back in high school, which was quite cool. One more.
You're out.
Yes! Okay, I don't know why I'm saying yes, Millie. You'll see how bad I am at batting. I'll be out before you know it. It's got a lot of information and stats on there, but I mean a lot of it's just gibberish to me.
Strike.
Wow, I should not have swung for that. Wow, I shouldn't have swung for that either. That was a ball.
You're out.
Not good. See, I think this is probably the toughest part of it, is trying to actually hit this ball. And then when you do strike it, you'll end up...
Strike.
Oh dear, you'll end up pinning it straight into the other guy's hands and out.
Ow.
I've got to walk.
Strike.
It depends on what button you choose, whatever level you actually swing it at. Oh, I think I'm hitting the wrong button. 2 out. Come on, I can hit 1 surely.
Strike. Out.
Oh dear. Last game in this video is Geonax or Geonax or Geonax, I don't know. Geonax. There's loads of ways you can probably say that. I guess I've probably not said it right at any point. And it's another NES version. Really frustrating. I don't know why we have so much of the NES versions. Some are good, some are just not so good. Like in some of the games there's a lot of slowdown. Especially in what's it called? Totally Rad. There's a lot of slowdown when there's more bad guys on the screen. Kind of similar here. There's a lot of flickering. This is not my favourite game, which is probably why I didn't start with it, because I don't particularly enjoy it. So you've got your hero, Geonax, and you've got your Yujuki, just press the button. The longer you hold it down, so as you keep doing that, you've got a power option there. You've got a special as well, which you can go into the start and press up, and you can go through sort of different options that you have as your special power. I guess one of them must do different damage. And that's pressing, so you press the X button and it unleashes the special power. Happy days. But one of the reasons why I don't like this game, it's hard, it's frustrating. And the bad guys provides that eye thing that I just killed there will appear again right away. You're like, what was the point of me killing that? As soon as you kill it, you spend all your time trying to kill it and it'll appear immediately. Which is like, why would I bother? It's just stupid. But it's constantly flying about the screen annoying you and taking health off you, so you really have to kill it. And then it appears immediately after. Frustrating. So which makes the game extremely annoying, extremely difficult, extremely frustrating, and really, I really don't want to play this game too much. It's horrible and frustrating. And some of these sort of things pop out the ground just as you're jumping. I mean, you have no chance of avoiding it, like that, an instant death. I feel like I die quite a lot, and at this point you go all the way back to the beginning when you do die. And it's like very, 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 very frustrating. I'm really sorry, I know I've said it, I really don't like this game. Not my favourite at all. I guess if you're a more patient person than I am, you would probably quite like this game. Whereas me, I don't. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. If you've not subscribed already, please do so. This Jaleco cart it's not my favourite of the series. It's alright. I mean, there's some good games and there's some really bad games. There's some games I'll definitely spend time on, like Operation Logic Bomb, Ignition Factor, maybe Rival Turf, and the others I'm not so sure I'm going to spend a lot of time with. So it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. But that is what it is. At least you get a nice poster with it, which is cool. Hopefully we'll see more of that type of thing. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.